Hi, and welcome back to this Thursday edition of Focal Point on AAFR Talk. Brian Fisher is my name. Great to have you in the conversation. 888-589-8840. Here's your catastrophic global warming update for the day. This is from KBN-TV in Rapid City, South Dakota, NBC affiliate up there. An unusually early and enormous snowstorm over the weekend caught South Dakota ranchers and farmers unprepared, killing tens of thousands of cattle and ravaging the state's $7 billion industry. As many as 75,000 cattle have perished since the storm slammed the western part of the state Thursday through Saturday, with snowfall that set records for the entire month of October in just 3 days. Snow totals average 30 inches, with some places getting as much as 5 feet. That is your catastrophic global warming update for the day. And then we talked, when we had this big explosion of this NSA, the surveillance business, NSA monitoring our phone calls and our emails, all of them, from Verizon and other providers and that kind of stuff. And then we talked about this $2 billion spice center that they're building out in the desert in Utah. That thing is going up in flames. Here's a story from the Fiscal Times. Technical glitches have sparked fiery explosions within the NSA's newest and largest data storage facility in Utah, destroying hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment and delaying the facility's opening by 1 year, and no one seems to know how to fix it. Within the last 13 months, at least 10 electric surges have cost each about $100,000 in damages. Sucks up a huge amount of electricity, requires about 64 megawatts of juice, $1 million a month in the energy bill. So it sounds like, hey, maybe there's somebody up there that does not want them spying on us down here. Now, let's grab clip number 3, Rob. Play a couple of sound bites before we go back to the phones, 888-589-8840. This ObamaCare rollout, this website, has been an absolute and total and complete disaster. You're talking about a failure of epic proportions. And people are trying to get numbers out of the Obama administration. How many people have signed up? Remember Jon Stewart trying to get that out of Kathleen Sebelius. Well, here is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She's talking about people asking for information. How many people have managed to sign up? Here is her take.
So clearly, we're 8 days in, and to be insisting on data being produced day by day for a 6-month enrollment program that is a little bit unfair. And the good news that came out of this problem, and HHS has acknowledged that there's obviously been some technological problems with the server, and but the good news out of that is that the servers were apparently designed to anticipate about 50,000 people a day going on the website and moving around, and it turns out it's been 250,000 a day. So it's very clear that there is demand, that it's also clear that they need to fix those technological bugs. I don't know any software program or app, for that matter, by any high-tech company that doesn't have bugs and fixes that need to be made in the first few days of the rollout. And so that's why there's, in part, why there's a 6-month enrollment plan.
So that's Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Just not fair. Now, we know how many iPhones Apple sold in the first day. They sold 9 million iPhone 5s in one single day. We know that because they kept track of it. They were proud of it. They liked the numbers. They let everybody know what the numbers were. So the fact that you can't get numbers out of this administration means they are abysmally small. They're embarrassingly small. They are humiliatingly small. In fact, I got a story out of Iowa, Des Moines Register. They are celebrating because 5 people actually were able to get health insurance through Obamacare. This is like a red letter day. 5 people. I mean, the Des Moines Register does a feature story on the fact that they found 5 people who got health insurance through Obamacare. I mean, that is how catastrophic this is. Hawaii is having to relaunch their entire system because not one single solitary person bought health insurance off of their exchange in the first week. So they're pulling the whole thing down and going to retool it and reopen it in about a week. Now, California is excited because 1.6 of all those who visited the website, 1.6% actually applied for health insurance. Now, it doesn't say here anywhere that how many bought it. It just said 1.6% of the people that visited the website actually applied for insurance, and the people at Covered to California, that's the name of their exchange, said these results are absolutely phenomenal. Can you imagine? I don't even want to go there. That's crazy. Now, the techies are out there saying, look, this is structural. We've talked about this before, but here's a piece on the Washington Post. Washington Post now saying that the government, the problem here is that the government is using outdated, costly, and buggy technology. This is the Washington Post saying that this is incompetence on steroids. And do you know how much we spent for this website? Do you know how much we spent for this? Maybe you've seen this. $634,320,919. We spent $334 million to build the digital equivalent of a rock. That's the term that Andrew Coots uses in digital trends. Healthcare.gov has shut down, crapped out, stalled, and misloaded so consistently that its track record for failure is challenged only by Congress. That's actually a pretty good line. The site itself, which apparently underwent major code renovations over the weekend, still rejects user logins, fails to load drop-down menus and other crucial components for users that successfully gain interest, and otherwise prevents uninsured Americans in the 36 states it serves from purchasing health care at competitive rates. We got a $634 million rock that cannot process people's applications for health insurance. And Jeff, get that audio soundbite for that 1981 commercial ready. You know, we went over this yesterday. If you establish an account at healthcare.gov, you can never get rid of it. You can't delete it. You go to any online store, if it's Amazon or whatever, and you decide you don't want to shop there anymore, you can close out your account. You cannot do that on healthcare.gov. It is there for time and eternity. You can't get out of there even if you want. And it reminds me of a commercial. You'll remember this commercial from the 1980s. Let's listen.
Black Flag Roach Motel Traps. Kill roaches without poison, unpleasant odor, or mess. Look, bait inside attracts roaches and water bugs. They get stuck and die.
I guess we have a
Traps full,
glitch on that.
Black Flag Roach Motel. Roaches check in,
the
but
old
they don't
Roach
check
Motel
out.
Ads? They check in, but they never check out. I went online and found a copy of that ad today. I thought, that's exactly what's going on. You can check in to healthcare.gov, but you never, ever can check out. So that's what's going on with Obamacare. One more soundbite. Let's grab clip number 4, Rob, if we can. And clip number 4 is Wolf Blitzer. This is on CNN yesterday. This is CNN now. Okay. I guess my earpiece was unplugged. Did you play that, Jeff? All right. I didn't get a chance to hear it, so I want to be able to enjoy it. I guess I got to get a longer cord here. I keep unplugging myself here. But let's go ahead and play that sound. This is what happens when you go to healthcare.gov. The same thing that happened to these pesky critters in 1980. Let's play it again.
Black Flag Roach Motel Traps. Kill roaches without poison, unpleasant odor, or mess. Look, bait inside attracts roaches and water bugs. They get stuck and die. Traps full, throw it away.
Black Flag Roach Motel. Roaches check in, but they don't check out.
Well, that's what happens with healthcare.gov. You can check in, but you cannot check out. And my apologies, pulling this cord out. Now, Wolf Blitzer, CNN, then we'll go to the phones, 888-589-8840. Wolf Blitzer gets a report from Brian Todd about this disastrously epic rollout of Obamacare, and listen to what Wolf Blitzer of CNN has to say.
What we're also hearing now, Wolf, is that the administration was warned about these potential problems months in advance. We spoke to Robert Leshevsky. He is a healthcare consultant who has clients who are insurers. He says his insurers who dealt with the administration in the months ahead of time, he says the insurers that he dealt with had contentious meetings with people at HHS and other healthcare officials who were in charge of this. Contentious meetings in the months beforehand, before this rollout, warning them this isn't working. It's not going to be smooth. Don't do it right then. He says those warnings were ignored. They went full speed ahead and said, we'll work these problems out. Now, there's been a bit of pushback from the White House. We'll hope to get more later from them. We are running this by them.
Yeah, but if they had 3 years to get this ready, if they weren't fully ready, they should accept the advice that a lot of Republicans are giving them. Delay it another year, get it ready, and make sure it works. Look, there are other government healthcare-related websites that work great, socialsecurity.gov and a whole bunch of others. They know how to do it, but if they didn't get it ready on time, then maybe fix the problem, make sure that people don't have to worry.
So that's Wolf Blitzer saying, look, pull the thing down. Do what the Republicans saying. Give this thing a year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, well, let me go to the phones, and I'll come back to this bottom of the hour. This is epic. The failure here is catastrophic. This is a Chernobyl meltdown multiplied. This is the Hiroshima of healthcare, is what we're talking about here. I like that. The Hiroshima of healthcare. Let's go to the phones. Let's go to Kelly in Holland, Texas. Kelly, welcome to Focal Point. What's on your mind?
Hi, Brian. I don't have anything to say about health care, but it does kind of play into the government, I believe. I was talking with my mother-in-law this weekend, who's almost 80. She was trying to get a passport picture taken last week in Texas. She has two necklaces on. She's got one that says Mom and Grandma, and then she's got another one that's a cross. The lady taking her passport picture said, you can leave the one out, but you have to tuck that cross in. I cannot take your picture with the cross showing.
Wait a minute. Did she explain why?
No, she did not. And she's older, and she was kind of upset about it before and didn't, and she thought, well, maybe this is a new rule, and maybe we can't do that. And she told me, and I just couldn't believe it. I talked with my husband about it, and so I didn't know if
now this picture was taken where?
I don't know if it was at a post office. I don't know if it was at a Walgreens, but she just went to go get her passport picture, and the lady said, you can leave the one necklace out, but the cross you have to tuck in. I cannot.
Well, if it was taken at a private place like a Walgreens or whatever, then they got no right to tell her what she can wear around her neck or not. If it was at a passport office or a post office, that's alarming, because that would definitely be an infringement on her free exercise of religion. All right, well, it's going on. I mean, you got religious liberty shrinking. I mean, this reminds me, we had a woman in the UK. She was an airline attendant, and she was told she couldn't wear her cross on the job. She was fired because she wouldn't take it off. She went to court, got her job back, and won, but it took years of fighting in court there to get her job back because she wanted to wear an expression of her faith around her neck. Very unobtrusive, very small. All right, thanks for the call, Kelly. Focal Point AFR Talk.